there guys, and welcome back to Unjaded Jade. So for the last 4 months, I have been living in Seoul in South Korea. And Seoul is pretty bloody amazing. Seoul is also huge, like huge. Like a 10 million people mega city. 5 times the size of Paris, massive, divided by a huge river called the Han River. And quite frankly, I have not explored it all at all. I have not even gotten close to understanding this huge city. But halfway through my semester here, I became very okay with that. I decided that instead of trying to get all of the city at a high level in 4 months, which is kind of impossible, that I would really get to know my area. I have fallen a little bit in love with HBC, or should I say Haebangchon. So even though it is final season and I have 3 essays due this week, I'm gonna show you around HBC. Let's go explore. So from here I have 2 meaningful ways to go. Up here is my shortcut to all the shops that I love, like all the little local stores where I get my fruit and veg. And then up here we're gonna go to the famous 5-way intersection. I love our area because there's always just something casual and beautiful to see. I pass this playground almost every day, and there are normally cats that just gather here and lounge in the sun. Or there are kids who just sit here and play after school. Although, oh my god, the cats of our area are so loud. Sometimes I literally can't sleep because I swear the cats are trying to kill each other. Very niche reference, but I don't know if any of you ever read the series Warrior Cat. That was my childhood, and I feel like every night here there are clans of warrior cats. What makes this area so special is it is just full of tiny, narrow alleyways. I've lived here for 4 months in this tiny area and I keep finding more alleyways. And what's cool is you never feel unsafe in them. They're normally pretty well lit and they normally have some kind of warm orange light. And in them, life just happens. Like, I don't know, you're just walking along, see people with their local shops. I'd say I walk down this street at least twice a day. The traffic today, oh my god. Ah! I can remember being so overwhelmed the first time I went to this intersection. I couldn't remember where anywhere led. I didn't know how to cross it because there are no crossings. You just kind of go. This is where you get buses, where buses come and people are leaving. It's where people are just crossing haphazardly and cars are honking, and I don't know, oddly it's organised within the clockwork of the intersection. And after a while I stopped thinking about it and you just become part of the intersection. But yeah, it was stressful the first time. Oh, and we have tous les jours. We have so many random French bakeries, cafes in Korea. Like, bread isn't cheap, but it's a nice option to have it there. And then as soon as you go down one of the intersections, it's just completely chill again. There's no cars. There are loads of locals just living their lives. One of the reasons I love where we live is because it's such a nice mix of quiet residential life with cool, hip new cafes with gorgeous views and nice drinks, good places to study. It's also a cool mix of foreigners and locals. Like, I haven't been to a corner shop where people speak English, but we're super close to Itaewon, which is this trendy district full of foreigners where loads of people at cafes speak English. You feel like you're immersed in a more local experience, but that you can get like Western food and stuff if you want to, relatively near. So casually beautiful, my god. But also, like, look at these hills. Can you see that drop? So cute. How green it is, and there's Namsan. Okay, so down this random alleyway is my favourite cafe. It's called Moonee, and one of the reasons it's so special to me is because it's the first cafe I ever went to in Seoul. And because I came out of lockdown in Germany, the first cafe that I've been in for like 3 or 4 months. So it was a very exciting experience anyway. But then, Moonee is a rooftop cafe, and when you live in HBC, you just get views everywhere you look. Like, you're on a hill, so everywhere is just beautiful. Most of Seoul is like built in the valley of mountains. It's so beautiful. I went here one night as a bar and I looked across the city. I've come here to study. They have little rooms. Sunset, you get a view of the sun setting over the city. They have amazing herbal tea. I just highly recommend. They have a great vibe. They have cute places to take photos. This is just an average cafe in HBC. This is how cool HBC is. Views like this are just normal. Like, you never get desensitized to it because it's just always so stunning. How steep this city is. Okay, so you have to climb a lot of stairs here, which honestly I'm very fine with because it means I don't need a gym membership. I just walk. Up here we're coming to the main road, which you can walk to an area called Myeongdong. You can keep walking, you can go down to Itaewon, or my personal favourite, you can go to Namsan Park. As someone who did not grow up in a city and who really needs nature, I'm so grateful to live near the green. So for perspective, you can just be going along here for your run and then you look over and you have this view. This is what living in HBC is like. It's so beautiful. And then you just look to your right and you've got Namsan Tower and you've got all of Namsan Park there. It's just miraculous. Oh my god, if you live in HBC, you will learn to love the 402 and the 405 buses. They take you everywhere. They can take you to Gangnam, across the river. I don't know if you've heard the song Gangnam Style by Psy, but it is about an area south of the river. Gangnam means south of river, and Gangnam is this super busy, hectic, large building, cool area. And although it's super cool, it's just not as cool as HBC. Like the fact that you have this beautiful Namsan Park, you get the gorgeous views, you get the local life, and you're in Itaewon. I just love it so much. Some kind of Buddhist festival is coming up. If you guys know, please tell me. I think it might be Buddha's birthday. One of the less ideal things about living here is that there's no train station nearby. So you rely on the buses, you rely on the local mini rattly 2 bus. Yeah, so it's not the most accessible place. I don't really care. Like, it's a huge city and getting anywhere takes at least half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour. And there's enough in this area to genuinely enjoy it. This is where we get our buses from. There's a bus stop there and a bus stop there. And just here is the first opening into Namsan Park. Let's go. Another reason to love this area, you get free outdoor gyms. Koreans are so fit. Everything's just made so accessible. I love it. We've got a drinking fountain here. Oh my god, this blew my mind. It's an area to clean your clothes if the nature made you dirty. Sometimes I come here and there are loads of kids playing sports. Okay, I have just been summoned to a meeting for a group final project. So I'm gonna head home and continue the rest of the tour another day. This street is my street. It's the street where I get my veggies, my fruits, my groceries. You normally have to dodge vehicles. Hi. This is the cheapest deal you will ever get on apples, and it's still so expensive. Oh my god guys, my spice tolerance has improved so much. This is gochujang, which they use in bibimbap. It's like a spicy red pepper paste and you can add it to sauces, and I use it when I cook. When I first got here, I would cry when I ate kimchi, which is quite sad to admit. But now gochujang is casual and go. Korean snacks. We love soy milk, do you for the win. In my 3rd month here, I was also so shocked because they started selling vegan yogurt, which is just mind-blowing to me because it's so hard to find vegan things here. Yay! Oh my god, and it's on offer. I feel like I'm gonna have to get some. These teas, corn silk tea. Corn silk tea is like meh. I don't know how to describe it. It tastes like almost nothing, but like a good, satisfying nothing. Ramen galore. And this is the vegan ramen. Ramen is everything here. It's cheap, it's easy, it's just like a go-to meal. I normally buy one of the big packs of tofu and some of the cheap vegetables and my ramen. And that is just an easy lunch between classes. Sometimes I treat myself to a udon noodle. I also love rice cakes. I had never tried rice cakes before I came here, but they're so good. They're super chewy. They're used in this street food called tteokbokki. You just boil them and you put vegetables in, and it's just like an alternative to pasta or having rice. It's super good. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with radish. Radish is so good. It's sweet, you just add it to any meal. It's like a side dish in most Korean restaurants. This is one of my favourite local restaurants. They do a fried kimchi rice, which I think is vegan, for 6,000 won, which is pretty good. This is where I get a lot of my fruit. I normally get my bananas from here because it is by far the cheapest. It's really cheeky. There's a fruit place over there, but because it's on the intersection, they charge you 1,000 won more for bananas than just walking like 5 meters this way. Local tips. Also, it's so cool. All these little alleyways just have little cafes in them. What did I tell you? 3,500 won. I knew it. Welcome to my favourite store on this whole line. This is the treat I'm gonna miss the most in Korea. So that's it. I mean, there's so much more to my area than I put in this video, but I hope it gave you a taste of what HBC is like and how I found a sense of home in this little area. It's so special. It's not the most happening place in Seoul, but I kind of just love it. Tell me something special about your home in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.